Well, finding a place to set up my tent that's suitable and quiet has proven more difficult than I expected. Man, I gotta refocus. I'm in a hurry. These girls come over and was chatting with me. They've never met a local YouTuber. I gotta remember what I'm doing. This is the Nemo Pillow King pillow. This has foam in it along with the air pad, so when you're using it, it's more like a regular pillow and not like a blow-up pillow. I also made a pillowcase for it. Again, the pillowcase makes it feel like a regular pillow and keeps it from sliding all over the place. Real necessary. That is basically the entirety of my camp setup. This is the Durston X-Dome 1 Plus. This is a freestanding tent. You can pitch this anywhere, including on concrete or gravel. This is my go-to setup for most of my bike trips because I want to be able to pitch the tent anywhere I want, specifically underneath pavilions and other protected areas from the weather when it's going to rain and I can get away from it. My ground pad, my sleeping pad, is the Nemo Tensor. I have the regular wide, so it's regular length, but it's 4 inches wider than normal. Oh, it's massive. A little bit warm out here for this. I hope you guys appreciate it. Give me a like and a thumbs up if you appreciate it. Currently, this quilt that I'm using, this is a top quilt. You could use it on the ground or in a hammock. This is an Enlightened Equipment 50-degree top quilt. This is basically overkill for most of the summer. For RAGBRAI, I'll actually probably bring a little cheap blankie, more like a sheet, because I probably won't use this quilt at all. And last but not least, again, this is the Nemo Pillow King air pillow with foam. I use a pillowcase to make it feel nicer and to keep it from sliding around. The smaller cans fit in the pot, but I like to wrap it in a buff or something so there's no rust in the pot. Sometimes the bottom of these will rust. It also keeps things from rattling around. The stove fits in, a miniature Bic lighter fits in, throw on the lid, and you're done. I have my hammock, I have my tarp, I have my suspension straps. Let's set up the hammock. that's pretty much it for setting up the hammock. This particular hammock is a Dutchware Chameleon setup. It has a hood on top of it, so you could be enclosed, sort of like closing yourself up in a cocoon or a tent. It's got a top. This top I would use for the winter. I haven't used this yet this summer, so I haven't put the net on it. With the hammock setup, I don't bring a pillow and I don't bring a ground pad. I use the same top quilt for my hammock or my tent. The top quilt's kind of like a sleeping bag, but it doesn't zip up. It has a bag for your feet that goes in at the bottom, or a pouch. And you also have a bottom quilt. So you have a bottom quilt, just like the top quilt, that goes on under the bottom of the hammock, and it sucks you in like a cocoon. In fact, during the winter time, it's considerably warmer than my tent setup, assuming you have the right quilts. I have a 50-degree top quilt from Enlightened Equipment. I have a 20-degree top quilt from Enlightened Equipment. My bottom quilt is a 40-degree Trailheads quilt. I've had it down to 0 and been warm. I also have a 0-degree top quilt from Trailheads as well. They're local-ish out of the Cincinnati area. They're pretty good stuff. It's my favorite ones. This hammock, or this tarp, you can close these doors on it. You just stake them down. I'm not staking them down because the ground is solid here. I'm beating my stakes into the rocks or something. So this is my hammock setup. If I was camping with the hammock, I would literally roll my bike underneath here, and then I'd strap the bike down to the hammock suspension so it couldn't go anywhere. For the winter time, this is my favorite setup. It surprises some people, but in the winter time, the hammock setup is considerably warmer than my tent setup. Again, with the hammock setup, I don't bring a ground pad. I don't bring a pillow. Instead, I have the tarp and the bottom quilt. The weight of my setups are about the same for either one. To be honest, I haven't weighed it in a while and I don't remember, but it's about the same weight. I'm not an expert on hammock hanging. This isn't a hammock hanging tutorial. If you want that, you can search. There's all kinds of those tutorials. I was checking those out before I ever bought any. All of my hammock stuff came from Dutchware. So my tarp, the hammock, all of my tie-offs and all the equipment with the tie-offs, those all came from Dutchware. I don't remember the names of all these little items, but you can look on his website and find them. They make setting up really, really easy. All right, I'm going to, oh, I didn't bring my bottom quilt or my top quilt. The top quilt you just toss inside of the hammock. The bottom quilt straps to the bottom of the hammock. It's really, really nice. It's really, really warm. You don't really need the bottom quilt. Probably below 60 degrees. You don't need the bottom quilt until you're below 60 degrees. You can probably do 60 without a bottom quilt and be comfortable enough. In fact, you'd burn up with it on. Anyways, if I'm car camping and I'm not sure what I'm going to use, I have this little Tupperware container here, a little plastic container. It has my tent, it has my hammock and my tarp. It has a battery operated fan. I only use that car camping. It has my pillow. Currently it has 2 pads. One's got a hole in it and I wasn't sure it was going to hold, so I brought 2. And this all goes inside this bucket. It all goes inside the bucket, and in the back of the car, this is a 40-quart hefty high-rise little bucket. While we're talking about it, I know everybody has a different definition for things. Car camping, sleeping in your car, whatever. Car camping, in my definition, is when you pull up to a campsite, campground, whatever, like this one that we're in. You get your stuff out of your car and you set up your camp. Tent, hammock, whatever. Sleeping in your car is when you sleep in your car. When I am going to sleep in my car, I'd have to move some stuff around, but I set my pad up over here on this side of the car and I go to sleep. I crawl in and out the door and I sleep wherever I feel like it. If you're stealth camping with your car, it's a lot easier just to sleep in the car. A lot easier to not get noticed sleeping in your car. If you get out of your car, you got a tent set up, someone's going to notice that you're there. This is quality content. Like and subscribe.
Bane is the most awesome dude ever.